Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm coming back with a special holiday review. I just got these today. It was December 23rd, 2013, and I really had to bring them to you, or at least these two to you right away. We are looking at from the Kreo Micro Change Wave 4 line, Cup and Rodimus. Um, very excited to have these. I know my good friend Proto Man is in some form of nerd rage because apparently he has not been able to find this wave yet, and he's not sure if it's out. He's not even sure if Wave 3 was out. But few changes actually to not so much to the figures, but to the packaging. So let me just push these guys back a bit and let's take a look at the packaging real quick. And yeah, it's the first look. It's the same zip tie blind bag with the code in the corner, but one of the things they've changed is instead of having individualized instructions, you actually in each packet get this very thick booklet, which is the instructions for all the figures in the wave, as well as a little bit of a catalog. First for the deluxe Creons that are the earlier Wave 1, Wave 2 Creons from the larger sets. Don't transform, but they come with extra weapons, as well as the next wave of combiners, which, here, let me open this up and show you, because there's something very funny about it. They actually mislabel Menasor and Computron. I'm a little annoyed by that, but you know, it is what it is. But as you can see, they have the instructions for all the figures, so that's a little different. And one other little thing that I noticed that you might be interested in is, I guess because that increased side of the instruction sheet, the little plastic baggie that the parts come in, it's a little smaller. I noticed that the parts were packed in a little bit tighter, and that might be an issue down the line with, you know, the plastic snapping or things of that nature. So just something to be aware of. But let's get back to the figures. As you can see, they do have that newer vest, well, I should say cape design instead of the vest, so you get the great chest detail. Rodimus is sporting what I believe to be the Hot Rod design, flame design, and not the Rodimus Prime. Also, I guess because he transforms into a car. I may not be sure, because, I mean, it's very hard to tell sometimes. Cup has his traditional windshield chest. One thing about both figures, and I don't know if it's for the rest of the way because these were the first two I opened, but it's worth mentioning that the peg, the heads, go on. It's either the actual head unit or the peg is a little off, and it's very hard to get the head centered on the body. They want to look a little to what would be considered stage left, which would be the figure's right, but it's the left when you are facing it. I hope I got that right. Like I said, it could just be mine. There is also an extra little thing on Cub that we're going to get to in his vehicle mode. Other than that, the articulation is the same. They do come with the extra parts that make their vehicle modes pop a little more, but that's again something we'll get to in the vehicle mode, which we're going to get to right now. And here we have the vehicle modes. If you've built any of the car-based Creons from either Wave 2 or Wave 3, this should be a very simple build for you, as it's just the extra parts making up the front end and the rear and bringing it all together. One thing I'm a little disappointed about is they're not continuing the trend that was started in Wave 2 in using the flat 2-point bricks, or I should say 2-peg bricks, I don't know the terms, that would bond the legs together. Instead, the capes drape over the rear of the legs and basically cover them up and help hold them together. But I like that little extra bit of security. Now, I had mentioned that there was an issue with Cup, and that issue is, if you can take a look here, the torso doesn't peg into the legs um, as tightly as it should. And what I noticed was it has to do with how the peg here is designed, because it doesn't allow the cape to go down flush as it normally would, and that's just how it is. In robot mode, it's fine because there's nothing there. It just will go in, but it does. I mean, the vehicle mode does hold together. It's just that it's very loose. Also, as you can see, this is a very nice representation of Cup's classic truck mode. Again, I don't know if that issue is just on mine, or it's something that's going to be throughout the entire wave. Now, with Rodimus, the only real issue I had was the fact that the bricks here on the windshield pegged on very tightly. We were basically switching out the thin brick here, which was on the back to give them the wings over the shoulders, with this flat brick to make the hood. And to just getting those off was a little tough, and I ended up nicking some of the plastic trying to do so. But once you do it once, and it should be fine. Other than that, I think these are fantastic builds. I'm not going to go so far as to say that they're the best builds in the line. I think Huffer, the Viacon, Nemesis Prime still stand head and shoulders above the others. But definitely, I mean, these were the first two I opened because these were really two iconic Transformers that I was really looking forward to seeing the line. Now, with that said, I gotta have a little aside here, and I'm gonna put Cup off for a minute. Remember we got that Mech Venomous set, and I think like the Dragon Assault set, which was like the little box sets that came with the transforming Kreons of Wind Charger and Trail Cutter, with an additional build of one of the Beast Hunter's dragons. Wouldn't it have been nice to have gotten Rodimus in a set like that, where instead of giving him a dragon or something like that, you got this build, but then you got the extra parts to build the trailer and to turn I should say, into Rodimus Prime. I don't know if they're holding that back, and down the line we're going to get a Rodimus Prime Kreon, but I think, the Masterpiece was able to do that, the Kabaya kit was able to do that. I think it would have been nice with the Kreon to have been able to get that type of play value out of it. So let me bring Cup back in, and yeah, I thus far I don't know if I can recommend the whole wave, but I can definitely recommend these two figures. Just keep in mind with what you're getting. If you have some of the same problems I do, please let me know. I'll be curious. But yeah, these should be hitting stores soon. I got this set off of eBay from Staten Island, so it is in New York. This is your old pal Chuck, for Cup and Rodimus. We'll see you next time.